Every time. Every cotton picking time, as my daddy used to say. Every time I'm sitting here running my flap, y'all can't hear not a darn thing. Boy, I tell you, it's one of them days. Just like this is not cooperating with me right now. I'm working on something to show you guys, which is why I keep looking down and fiddling with this, and it's going to make me, but I'm trying not to be bad. So y'all, forgive me. But at any rate, I apologize. I apologize. Y'all know we can't have a live without me being muted. It just wouldn't be right any other way, right? I'm Eve with the baby's booty, and I want to welcome you to our channel. I want to welcome you to our channel. Thank you for joining us this evening. We come in here, we cut up, we have a good time, and usually, for the most part, you can hear us when you come in here. So don't let this deter you from joining us again in the future. And I also want to thank any and all who are new joining us for the first time. This is, yeah, pretty typical. You come in the beginning, I'm usually muted because I always forget to unmute. But, well, not always. 85% of the time I forget to unmute. But we still enjoy having you. And today we are going to be talking about vinyl. We're going to be talking about embroidery. We'll be talking about rhinestones, and we'll talk about rhinestones, bling, rhinestones, embroidery, vinyl, and sublimation. All right, sublimation. So those are the four primary things that we do in our group. We'll also be adding quilting here shortly. But meanwhile, that's what we've got on our plates today. And we're answering those questions. So if you have any questions regarding any one of those four subjects, feel free to drop it in the chat. Either myself or one of the other lovely folks that are in here with us this evening will answer your questions. So is that working? Finally. Oh my gosh. Y'all just don't know. I am struggling right now. But at any rate, as I was saying while muted, we have a lot of fun here in the group. So if you're new and it's your first time here, please go ahead and type new in the chat so that we can say howdy do to you. And if you're not new, welcome back. We appreciate you coming to join us. So if you are new, keep in mind we have a Facebook group that you're welcome to join, and you can ask questions, get some support, show off your projects that you've been working on, the whole nine. We have a really awesome community there, and you're welcome to join us and have a good time. And that's on Facebook. Look up the Hoop group. Now, if you aren't really a Facebook person, or if you want to join our other community, we also have a forums of sort right here at babiesbooty.com. You can sign up there as well. So feel free to go there. Meanwhile, as I often do, especially when I'm not distracted as I am right now, meanwhile, we have all kinds of folks who come in here on a regular basis every week, and I absolutely thoroughly enjoy it and am grateful. So what I'm going to do in the first now 10 minutes is say hello to everyone who has taken the time out of their oh so busy schedule on a Sunday night, no less, to come in and say hi. So I'm going to say hi back. So let us go ahead and appreciate Miss Sheila Cushenberry, who just was first and foremost. I saw that while I was muted. Should have paid her some attention because she was probably trying to tell me that I was muted. So I'm definitely going to say hey to Miss Sheila Cushenberry first. Hey, Miss Sheila Cushenberry. And we have Lori in here. Lori from Canada. Hey, my dear, how are you? Welcome. And thank you for joining us. And thank you for being a totally awesome moderator of the Facebook group. She is, by the way. We also want to say hello to So Crafty. Thank you, So Crafty, for being a YouTube Hoop Group member here on YouTube. And we also want to thank you for being a captain as well. We thoroughly enjoyed you in our captain's meetup that happened just before this live. So we had a special get together for the captains tonight. So if you are a captain and you missed it, it's okay. It's still here on YouTube, and you can click the link that is in your announcement section on YouTube and get into your get to see the video that we did and see what kind of project we did together. Sorry, I'm still trying to put this together because I want y'all to see the awesome thing that John Deere sent us. Y'all remember Mr. John Deere, who joined us and was talking about digitizing? He sent us something really cool that's going to benefit embroiderers. So that's the other thing we're going to talk about tonight. Let's see. Isabel Morgan, hello. How are you? Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Robin Bryant, thank you for joining us as well. Karen Murray, thank you for being a YouTube Who Group member, and hello to you as well. Gail Moore, thank you for joining us from Maryland, and thank you also for being a YouTube Who Group member. Leila Nelson, hey my dear, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Beverly Smith, welcome my dear. How are you? Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Tanya, thank you for joining us, and thank you very much for being a YouTube Hoop Group captain, no less. I really appreciate it. Scooby Doo, hey Scooby Doo, how are you? It's all right. Welcome, and we hope you get to feeling better really soon. We understand when folks aren't feeling well. Lupe, hey Lupe, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And Carmen Alvarado, thank you for being here and for trying to let me know there was all of you. Thank you for letting me know there was no sound. But we also appreciate you joining us and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Let's see. We also have Miss Debbie D. Welcome. Thank you for joining us and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Let's see. Cheryl Melton, thank you as well. The Rux family. Hey, the Rux family. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for trying to let me know I was on mute. I appreciate it. Angelia Baker. Hello, my dear. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Who else was in here trying to let me know that you couldn't hear me? I apologize again. Marianne, hello. How are you? Thank you for trying to let me know. Miss Ethel Smith, hello, my dear. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. April Jackson, thank you for trying to let me know there was issues, and thank you for being here this evening. Miss David Kidd, Miss American Eagle Embroidery and Graphics, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us this evening as well. Let's see. Gail Moore. I know. It was just, y'all, I'm pitiful sometimes. Carmen Alvarado, you hear me now? Yas. Thank you. And she was my lip read every time. Latanya, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. Yas, yas, yas. Knick-knack nurse. Hey, Kathy Edwards. Hey, the sewing Brett. Hello to you all as well. Tanya, you talking about we learned to read lips. I look, so you know when I'm like again. It's crazy. It's crazy. Miss 143. Hello, Miss Pressure for 12. Thank you both for being YouTube Hoop Group members and for joining us this evening. Let's see. You need to make yourself a sign. Husband says the same thing. Eyes hard-headed, as we can tell. So, yeah, we ain't got to that part yet. Shirley Stewart, welcome back. She was in with the captains as well this evening. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group captain. I appreciate it. Christina Darkay, hello. You missed the 4 subjects. Oh, no. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Cheryl Harris, welcome. Thank you for being here new. Shirley Scott, hello. How are you? Thank you for joining us this evening. Lassie. Well, in the beginning, I usually say the same stuff anyway, so you kind of weren't missing too much anything. Kathy Edwards, thank you for joining us as a new person, for being here with us. Miss Lady D, hello. The Rux family, yeah, the Rux family. I was getting ready to say I hadn't seen your name before. Thank you for trying to let me know I was muted. Let us see now what I also would like. Hey, Harmony Ling, how are you? Welcome, my dear. Thank you for joining us as well here. What I would like for you guys to do, if you don't mind, let me know what your areas of interest are that you have here coming to visit us on our channel. Is it embroidery? Is it rhinestones? Is it vinyl? Or all of it? Because a lot of times I get that, well, I'm here for everything, and that works too. I'm not mad at that. So let us know what you're here for while I get this hooping station put together, because I really want y'all to see it. And it is fighting me. I may have to just let you see it as it is, since it's wanting to act ugly. Oh, I see what's wrong, I think. Is this what was wrong? If that's what was wrong, I'm gonna be real sad. That's what was wrong. OMG. Look at that. Yep, that's what was wrong. I tell y'all, it's one of them days. Oh, it's one of them days. One of them days. All right. Let us see. Marge Campbell. Hello, my dear. Always lovely to have you here with us, cheering for folks to do the thumbs up. And if you would like to give us a thumbs up, we appreciate it. Even though, unfortunately, at the moment I'm distracted, but I promise you, for those who embroider, it is worth it. It will be worth it because this is actually really cool. Yes! It finally worked. Yes, Pinky, yes! I love when stuff come together because, you know, when it don't, I'm usually fighting like I was earlier. Trying to get stuff to put together. And something I should have done ahead of time, but guess what? There we go. I was working with Catherine, so I couldn't get it done earlier. All right. Now we cooking with bacon grease. One of my favorite things to, well, not my favorite thing to cook with, but it's a good thing, but a bad thing at the same time. And now it's going to act up again. Come on. You know what? Now that I think about it, let's lock you in place first. So at any rate, this is something really cool that was sent to us by John Deere, and I want to show it to you because it will prove to be very helpful to those who have issues hooping. Single needle machine users. It will be beneficial for those who have issues hooping, and we're going to show you all of that here in a moment. Let's see. Latoya Wade says, welcome to Miss Kathy Edwards. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much, all of you. Catherine Clark from Massachusetts, welcome. Renita Cole. Hey, Renita, thank you for joining us and for letting us know that you are new. Ashita Solomon, welcome. Dolores is new as well. We appreciate that, Dolores Veras. Miss Social Deb, always a pleasure to have you here. Miss Iris, yes, hello, how are you? I'm actually doing very well, so thank you very, very much for asking. Let's see, where did I go? Oh, there I was. Okay, so we also have Shonda Smalls Willis, hello, how are you? Thank you for joining us and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Kathy Edwards says she's new, welcome. All About Phoenicia channel, well, hey, All About Phoenicia, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. The Rux family, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate having you here. Yes, all the new folks, I love it, I love it. Juana Davila Brown, hello, you are new as well. Haven't seen your name either. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We'd love to have all of y'all in our Facebook group, so please jump over, say hi. We love to have you. We're a pretty awesome group, no drama group, drama free. So come on in if you don't mind the drama free life. We don't like that around here. Linda Wentz, hello, how are you? Welcome. DJ McClellan, hey. Deanna from Texas, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate having you. Tanya says she's here for everything. So Crafty says everything. Oh, Linda says I love to embroider for babies. That is how I started, is embroidering for the little ones. So yes, I can totally relate to that. Jeanette says embroidery and sewing. Awesome sauce. So you'll love this as well. Latanya Wade Willis is the welcoming committee. I absolutely love it. Isabel says embroidery, vinyl, and sublimation. Awesome sauce. Christina says everything but mainly embroidery. Awesome. So you'll love this as well. If you don't already have it, Karen Murray says embroidery and vinyl. Kathy says all of it. Carmen says all of it. Shirley says embroidery and sewing. April Jackson, embroidery and quilting. We'll be adding that soon. Iris says not willing to pay 500. They can be split up. So you can get one at a time and it's a lot less expensive. EJ's daughter says anything regarding single needle machines. Yes. Awesome sauce. This is going to be for the single needle stuff. Well, this in particular. Ray, embroidery, sublimation, and vinyl. Iris says, no, it's not that, Iris. The thing is, we'll get into that in a minute. Hopefully I won't forget because y'all know I forget everything. If I forget, say, Miss Iris, I want you to say, you forgot, and I'll hopefully remember. The sewing Brent says embroidery. Miss Ethel Smith, all of the above. Miss Pressure, all of the above. Angelia Baker, a little of it all, but mostly embroidery. Cutting machines and vinyl, and some sublimation. Awesome. Miss Social Deb, embroidery with single needle sublimation. Love vinyl. Yes. Janet McKinney. Hey, dear, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Frugal. Love it, Marge. Love it. That's what I'm talking about. Switching it over to making sure that it's all positivity. Frugal is an awesome way to put it. I appreciate that. The Rux family is from Massachusetts. Hopefully y'all are staying kind of warm up there. Scooby-Doo say the technician came and installed my 10-foot baby and I'm ready to rock and roll. Holler! So we need to ring the bell. What kind of 10-foot baby did you get? Are we talking about an embroidery machine 10-foot baby? Because if so, that sounds like a 2-3 head thing going on you got right there. Hold on. Look at me. Y'all know I gotta tear up stuff whenever I'm on here too. It wouldn't be right any other way. Let me know which one you got. She said bacon grease in the container EJ said bacon grease in a container on the back of the stove. Right. That was where I had it. Melissa. Hey Melissa. Hope you're having a good night too. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. EJ's daughter says me too. Everything tastes good with bacon. We can't tell too many people that though. As you know, they'll fuss. Rux family, vinyl, bling, and sublimation. Awesome. Awesome sauce. We'll talk a little on that too. Definitely we'll be talking on that as well, actually. This is Ashley. Welcome and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. Nakomi Butler, good evening to you as well. Peggy Perry, welcome from Memphis, Tennessee. Haven't seen your name. Awesome name, super cool. Mary Brown is here for all of it. Yas. Willa Allen, embroidery and vinyl. Hooping chest areas, embroidery and HTV. Yas, chest areas are a trip. This right here below me will help with all of that. Sewing, embroidery, and HTV. Joanna, sorry. Miss Precious says, did you see the new Cricut Sublimation mug maker? Yes, comes out Thursday, I think. I'm excited. I have seen it. I actually have a mug press already. And then I have one that came with the 5-in-1 heat press. So when I saw it, I was like, Cricut knew what they was doing. That was smart because nobody else had a mug press that was created for the home market. So that was a very good move that they made. But let us know when you get it so we can ring the bell for your new baby. Avery Head says embroidery and rhinestone and embroidery. That's what's up. Hey, Avery Head, did you get my message? I hope so. Actually, Miss Avery Head, I see what's wrong now. So I know why you didn't see it. And it's what I thought it was. Because if you notice, Miss Averhead, you're a captain and it's not showing right here in the chat that you're a captain. So it must be on a different account. So we'll have to get that figured out. Miss Andrea Ross says everything. Melody Wilcox says embroidery, maybe sublimation. Sweet. And thank you, Averhead, for being a YouTube Hoop Group captain as well. Miss Andrea Ross is as well. Let's see. All of it, Shirley Stewart, a little of everything, Debbie D says, and I see purple veils. It's Debbie Kid, everything but mainly embroidery. Dolores Vera says embroidery and vinyl design. You're from Bronx, New York. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you. I don't have an embroidery machine yet. What do you recommend? Shirley Scott says. When it comes to embroidery machines, it depends on what you want to accomplish. All right. So if you're trying to accomplish just dabbling in embroidery, seeing if you can have some fun, seeing if you like it, I would suggest a single needle embroidery machine. Now, I'll have to get on my soapbox here. Let me highlight your comment so I'll know where I left off. But when it comes to purchasing equipment, I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit and speak on something in addition to. So, keeping in mind that we have been fortunate enough, a lot of us in this country, and you don't really have to say, yes, I did receive, no, I didn't receive, but for those who have received the extra assistance from as a result of the virus and being on lockdown, there was extra funding that was sent out. Now is a good time, if you haven't already, to maybe, I don't know what your personal circumstances are. So if you are able to acquire, or if that extra assistance comes your way, you could swing for a piece of equipment. If you do purchase equipment, my biggest suggestion, my biggest thing that I always say here on this channel, go with your budget. Okay. And the reason why I brought up the extra assistance is because sometimes that opens up a little narrow window of extra funds that will allow your budget to stretch just a little bit bigger temporarily. And then, because once the money is spent, it's gone, but it's an opportunity. So, whatever your window is, please stick in that window. I generally don't encourage folks to go into debt to purchase equipment. If it looks like the most you could swing just to be swinging some funds around, and you only have maybe about $500 at this point in time, with the way the cost of embroidery equipment and machines and sewing machines and stuff have gone up, the most you can do will probably be the 4x4 embroidery machine, unless you can find a 5x7 used on like Facebook Marketplace or something like that. And if you do, please be cautious in purchasing used. But usually, embroidery equipment isn't beat up to bad. And a lot of times people buy it, think they want to do it, and then when they get the equipment, they realize it wasn't what it was cracked up to be. So they end up not wanting it anymore. But just to give you a bit of an idea of what you'd be dealing with, like, this is the 4x4 embroidery machine. It has a limited 4x4 embroidery field area. There is a hoop that you can purchase to go with this to make it bigger, but the largest you'll be able to do this way is 4 inches. You can't go wider than 4 inches. You can go a little bit longer with a repositional hoop from top to bottom, but you can't this way. All right. So this one right now, I want to say right now, this particular machine is going for 400, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty pricey, and it's going for a whole lot more on Amazon. And I wouldn't suggest Amazon right now for this machine. But if that's all you can swing, about 500, that would be the route I would say to take. If you can squeeze out a little more and get closer to 1,000, I would say go with the 5x7 version of this machine. Okay, 5x7. So from 500 to 900, 500 to 900 to 1,000. That's pretty much what you're going to be working with, is about that size. There are other players out there. You can type in embroidery machine under $1,000, and it'll pull up a list. If you Google it, it'll pull up some other machines that you have as an option, but roughly 5x7-ish is where you'll be. Add some more money to it, you can go a little bit larger in the single needle arena. Okay. But if you have more capital to play with, around five, six, $7,000, then you can look into the multi-needle arena and get a multi-needle embroidery machine. Especially if you're looking to get into business, I would say the industrial multi-needle machine would be the route to go because it's made for business. That's what that machine was built for, is to eat embroidery for lunch and spit it out nice and clean and proper and look for more because it's made as a workhorse. So definitely look into that. But I would say, like this person here, Ozzy Paez, thank you for joining us. I haven't seen your name before, and thank you for commenting. Says purchased a Brother SE 1900 on New Year's Eve and already paid it off by selling embroidered t-shirts off my Facebook page. The smaller single needle machines are well capable of helping you earn money. And even if all you can do is the 4x4 right now, baby things, baby embroidery will still make money. People are still purchasing things for their infants and their children. So you can do quite a few, I mean, a lot of projects with that 4x4 embroidery machine. That's pretty much how I started and where it all began. So don't knock the 4x4 machine. Harmony Ling, I have my little bacon grease container in the fridge. I'm sure it is there and ready for the next meal because that's pretty much how we try and roll around here too. Ozzy says, "Hola from San Antonio. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it." Um, let's see. Oh, Scooby Doo says it's a Canon industrial printer that folds and staples the many programs, etc. that I do. Well, congratulations, Scooby Doo, on your 10-foot baby. Woo! Yes. Congratulations. 10-foot baby in the house, printing out the good stuff and folding and stapling too. That's a good baby. That baby works hard. So congratulations. Let's see. Ozzy says purchase the Brother SE. Oh, I already mentioned that. Willie Roseman, hello, how are you? Scooby Doo says Ozzy, yeah, you weren't here New Year, so congratulations on your baby too. Even though your baby is what now, 3 months old? 3 months old baby. Look at that. And making you money. That's what it's all about. If that's the route you want to go. Let's see. Ray Williams says she got the joy yesterday. Woo! Freaking joy in the house. Holler! Yay! That cricket joy is out here cutting that vinyl, ain't it? Congratulations, congratulations. Simone says, good evening. Quick question. NQ1600E, how do you check how many stitches you have done? That is a good question. Unfortunately, each machine is different. Usually, if you can find your information button on your embroidery machine, a lot of times that's where you'll find it. Like for instance, let's see. I don't know what machine you have, but we can go to where mine is and see if we can pull it up. I don't know, because sometimes on the 4x4 machines, they're kind of picky about showing you what stitches you have. But like on my machine, this button with the question mark just shows what each feature of the machine does. All right, and then this one here, the piece of paper with the folded top, if you click that, it allows you to change your needle position, where you want your needle to be, how wide, all that jazz. This arrow button here will take you to another menu. Okay. This one helps you determine how to set up your information screen. You can have your information screen show the name of color. You can have it show the time it takes to stitch whatever out that you're working on. Needle count, the whole nine. Okay, so you can have it do all of that. And then, of course, down here you can change from inch to metric. So if we press the next arrow button, There's a buzzer, there's initial position, there's your language. So there's other menus in here, brightness, and then here's your model number and your version of this machine. And unless that's number of stitches, but somehow I doubt that because it should say stitch count. But this particular machine, as you see, it's not telling us what our stitch count is. Okay, it doesn't say it. It just says number and then it says version. So I would venture to say your machine may have similar menu buttons, and if it does, you know, you got to fiddle around in there to find out what your stitch count is. And then worst case scenario, you can contact Brother and they'll let you know how to find it. You're welcome, Ray. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Sorry, got lost. Let's see. PJ Coppage. Hey, PJ Coppage, welcome. It's all right. Always better to have you here. Shirley Scott says, what machine do you have? The one that I just showed is the SE425. It's SE because S is sewing, E is embroidery. So this machine does sewing and embroidery. If you do PE, PE, the PE machines are embroidery only. All right. And then there's also the PR, which are the multi-needle machines. But then you also have other model numbers like the Dream Machine and the it's not Exquisite. What is the name of that machine? It's Stellaire. The Stellaire. Other Brother has so many models of embroidery machines. It's ridiculous. So there's a lot of them out there. So that's why I would, if you were trying to figure out an embroidery machine within a price range, I would say embroidery machine and then put your price limit and see what it pulls up from there. Let's see. Felicia Storm, hello. Sheila Cushionberry says it's crazy how much machines have gone up in cost. I paid 400 plus for my PE 800 in 2019 Black Friday. Now they're more like 1,000 plus. Yes. I was really sad when I saw that because I'm trying to grab hold to a 5x7 and the prices brand new are astronomical. Doesn't make sense how expensive they are. I mean, it makes sense because I know why, but Ms. Pickham, thank you for joining us briefly. I really appreciate you being here and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Take care and let us know how you're doing later. All right, I thought I saw a question, and then I do want to go back to the other question. Harmony Ling says, I got an SE600 for my birthday, and I posted a pic of my very first project online, and everyone wanted it. Long story short, I paid off the little machine in 2.5 weeks, and now you got a big baby now, don't you? I didn't buy the machine for that, but I unexpectedly started a small business because of that SE600. 2 months later, I got a mail call. Like I said, you got a bigger baby now. Candy A. Hey, Candy A. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I have the Epson Echo Tank. Do you happen to know if I still would have to print a page a day to keep the ink from drying out? Thank you. I wouldn't say a page a day, but at least print something out once a week. Definitely keep it flowing. Because I mean, any printer actually, because my regular inkjet printer, I hadn't printed something out with it when it was, especially when it was really, really cold. I hadn't printed anything out with it, and being that it's out here in the sunroom, this is an unheated room on a normal day-to-day basis, and it well dried up on me, and I was like, oh my god. So I had to do the print heads and blah 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 to get it back running again. So any printer, you definitely want to have some printing done at least once a week. And you're welcome. I appreciate your question. Gorgeous Rose, hello my dear, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. The machine behind me, Shirley Scott, yes, it is embroidery. It is a 15 needle embroidery machine, and I'll see if I can't turn you guys to see that a little bit better. It's a big baby. Oh, you know what? Let me do it this way. I don't know what I'm thinking. I can turn this so that you can see it a lot better. And we'll let you see the red line is what it's called. Actually, let's back you up some. And I actually have two embroidery machines, but yes, the red line is 15 needles, and it is an awesome sauce machine. I absolutely love this machine. You can get this one for right at 8,500 roughly with shipping and everything. But it's an awesome machine. Absolutely love it. And they have a better screen for it now. And they also have a 12 needle with this company. So you can go to redline1501.com and I'll put it in the chat so that you can go check them out and their prices. Ironically enough, this machine as well is a brother beside it. It is a 6 needle embroidery machine. So that one has 6 needles and it's roughly about $8,000. And this one is 15 needles for about $8,000. So, um, there's a lot of options out there. You would just need to do your research and figure out what is best for you. Joanna says, I got my brother SE 1900 in February, never have embroidered before, and last week had my first direct sale of 322 sets. Well, congratulations, first of all, on your new baby in February. Hello. Yes, congratulations. Holler. She says, first direct sale of 322 sets. So that is totally awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us because a lot of times we need to have encouragement from others to see that it can be done if it's something you want to do. Simone says, thanks, hubby interrupted me, but I got end of instructions and found it. Yes, congratulations. That's what's up. I'm glad you found it because sometimes digging through those menus take time. I purchased a Singer Futura Quartet long ago, which does embroidery, but I've lost the discs instructions, lost all of the discs it came with. Now, I can't help you with the disc part. You possibly can call Singer and see if they have replacements for it, or go on eBay to find the replacement discs for it. But the instructions, usually you can download from the Singer website, and there's no issue to get the instruction usually. Tiffany Brown purchased me a Sawgrass 500 machine. Congratulations on your Sawgrass 500! Yes, that Sawgrass 500 is awesome sauce. Congratulations. You can be Sublimating too. Holler. Can't wait. Candy says, never got a bill before. You're welcome. You're welcome. The bill is awesome. We like to celebrate with each other. Let us see. Let us see. Hello, Maria. How are you? Maria Shy Jones. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. This is June Hiller. I'll make sure I read that right. My reading glasses is crazy. This first time I'm on live with you. Love your videos. Thank you for sharing your talents. You're welcome. I enjoy keeping other folks from stressing out like I did in the beginning. So that is the whole thing behind that. So I appreciate you letting me know. Let's see. Nubian Lock Princess. I have an Epson F Workforce 7720 for sublimation. As long as you don't turn it off, it should not dry out. I did not use mine for 3 months. I didn't have any problems with printing. That's what's up. Now I know with mine it did. It acted up when I went over a week, but usually I can go, especially in the summer. In the summer, you usually don't have any issues with it drying up. But with this dry weather in the wintertime, I've had to keep it going. So you do have to be kind of careful with it for the most part. Candy A says, how do you thread through those? What are those tubes way up there at the top? Does it have a needle threader? I heard commercial machines don't have threaders. That stresses me, laughing out loud. I'm not going to lie, Candy. It stressed me out too because I was like, I'm so used to having a needle threader. There's no way I could go with that one. I thread needles quicker with that thing than I do the 6 needle, and it has the 6 needle has a needle threader because I just take my time and put the thread in there. Now it does not have a needle threader with it. However, what they do with those tubes up at the top, those tubes are up there because the thread goes from the top racks down to the knobs there. And the reason the tubes are there is because as of course you're embroidering, like on that machine, I don't have any tubes or anything, so the thread is flailing a little bit as it's embroidering. So what those tubes do is they contain the thread to keep it from flailing around and maybe getting caught on a thread beside it or something like that. That's to direct the thread from the top down to the bottom. Threading it is not necessarily the easiest thing to do up there with those tubes because they have a little hook that you can use, like a fishing hook, to go up in there and it's rigid and you can pull it straight through. Or pipe cleaner, so to speak, like the wire, you can use something like that to get the thread through. But when they send you the machine is already threaded. So what we generally do is do the tie off method to change the threads. And if you haven't ever seen the tie off method, let me know in the comments below and I can show you what the tie off method is, what it is and how that works to make it easier for us to thread those multi-needle machines. And as Scooby-Doo says, there are some, like the Melco has a threader. Melco is about one of the only industrial machines that has a threader to it. The sewing bread. I have a Singer, Futura, Quartet, and have both 4x4 and 6x10 hoop. I paid under $800. Was that recently? Because if so, let us know. There's a lot of places that they've gone all up. Maria says, congrats, I don't have a purple bell. If you are a member of the YouTube Hoop group, you can request a bell. So if you're a member here on YouTube, you can request a bell. You have to request it through my, I have a link on my website down towards the middle. You'll see the picture of the little purple bell right in the middle of the front page. You click there and you can fill out the form to request a bell, but you have to be a member here on, it doesn't matter which level membership. You can do level 1, 2, or 3. Captain, mate, or crew, I think is what the other one is. It doesn't matter. You can request a bell, and once I get that request, when we have the bells ready, I send them out in a batch. So let me know if you want a bell, if you're a member. Oh, and please, there's going to be a place for your YouTube username. Put your username down here. That's in the chat, how it shows up, so that I'll know who you are when they confirm the membership for me. Marianne says use canned air. That's smart. Canned air works. Maria Gill. Oh, sorry, you were talking to Scooby-Doo. You're welcome. I don't know why I'm playing like I don't know you were live. Hello, Miss Eve. Hey, Shayna. No worries at all. No worries. We're glad to have you here. What is the max hoop size for the red line you have? The max hoop size that they have is, actually, let's show you what they say the max hoop size is, but I'll show you the actual hoop as well. Red line 1501. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's go there. Here is the Redline website, redline1501.com. And as you see, here is the 15 needle. Here is the 10 or 12 needle. I'll have to look at it again. But if you come down, you can look at the machines. Oh, 12 needle. Whoops, not 10, it's 12. And this says max embroidery area of 14 by 7.8 inches. And this one says max max embroidery of 16.9 by 13 inches. All right. And you see the prices. This one starts at 6,500. This one starts at 8. So here are their two machines. Mine's a little bit older. It doesn't have the larger color machine. The larger color screen, but it's basically the same machine. So here those are, and those are the max embroidery sizes. So hopefully that answered your question. Let's see. So what I want to do really quickly, I'm gonna mark where I was in the chat. Oh, there we go. The tie off method is the only way I can change thread. Yes, I'm trying to tell you because that's a lot of things for threading if you have to. What printer for sublimation do you recommend that is within a reasonable budget and why? Any comments appreciated? Thinking of buying one, Miss Social Deb says. In the past, I would have suggested the printer that I have, which is the 7710 or its companion, the 7720. If you can find one, in my opinion, for right now, those are the better options for your money. And the reason why I say that is because those printers at the time were like $200, if that. And the largest size that will print is 13 by 19, which is massive technically in, for home sublimation. Whereas if you get now, the options are the Echo Tanks, the Echo Tank printers. Finding one that does the 13 by 19, I don't know what it costs. I really need to look into the different Echo Tank options, where to get them, and their size, the maximum size, because I know you can get Echo Tanks from Target, you can get it from Sam's Club, and they have the Echo Tank printer that prints regular ink, but you put sublimation ink in it to turn it into a sublimation printer in the tanks. But the thing is, what is the largest size you can print with? So those are questions I need to verify myself, which I haven't looked into them, unfortunately. But that's how that would work. Harmony, that's funny. Hopefully they can help you figure it out. I know there's some like air that shoots in that Melco to thread it or something like that. That little bit I know. Let's see, where was I? Okay. Tile method on a 1634D. Hardly ever have to rethread the machine. Trying to think. Oh, the emoji purple bell. Yes, in order to get the emoji purple bell, Maria, you have to be a member of the YouTube hoop group here. Yeah, we made quite a few emojis recently. Purple bell was always there, but we do have several custom emojis. Do you recommend buying a used multi-needle machine? Jennifer Jones Tyndall, that's a loaded question. What I would say, I will say I would be tempted, especially if the price is like, for instance, the six needle machine brand new is 8,000, a little over 8,000, actually closer to 9. The I've seen that machine locally now, as a matter of fact, right now for like $5,000. Um, Depending upon the stitch count, which is easier to pull up on that machine, but depending on the stitch count that's on that machine, that would help me determine whether or not 5,000 is a deal or not. Because of course, just like with a car, the higher the miles, the higher the likelihood that it will need service and maintenance more frequently and could be closer to the end of its life. Embroidery machines are kind of hard to beat into the ground and destroy, but depending upon what machine it is, that could be a problem as well. For instance, the 6 needle brother embroidery machine, in order to repair that, it needs to be taken to a brother dealer, unless you know someone who does house calls, which is rare. But that being the case, you can't fix anything on that machine yourself. So wherever you purchase that machine from, if it's used, if they bought it new, they can tell you where they bought it. And if they have been keeping up the maintenance on it, you can call the maintenance, or they can get maintenance records to show you how often it's been maintained, and you can call the company, to see if it's been maintained and stuff like that. All of that helps. But if there's no records or anything like that, then you do take a chance with that brand of machine to end up having a high service bill, because you got to take it in and get it fixed. Okay. With the industrial machine, mostly all of them have tutorials and things like that to show you how to repair your own machine. Okay. So if you were to get a machine that has a broken presser foot, like if a red line pops up for sale and a presser foot is broken, well, first off, I do have 14 other needles that I can embroider with, but I can contact Redline and say, hey, I got a broken presser foot. How do I fix it? They'll point me to the right video. I can fix it and go on about my business. They can send you the parts and all that other kind of jazz. So there are pros and cons to buying a used multi-needle machine. Usually folks are upfront when they're selling their machine. They'll say, oh, I upgraded, or this is a 6 needle, I wanted a 10 needle, or this was my grandmother's, or this was my mother's, and I'm having to sell it. Stuff like that is usually why people get rid of their equipment. One machine I saw recently, it wasn't multi-needle, but one I saw recently, she was like admitting, yes, there's issues with this machine and I don't know what they are. So it just depends. It depends. I will do a lot of research before buying a used multi-needle machine. Let's see. What is the best way to press a design with the Cricut Easy Press that is larger than the press? Is it bad to overlap? No, not at all. Now, I do have a question, Miss Leela. Are you talking about vinyl or are you talking about sublimation? Sometimes when you overpress vinyl, like overlap, sometimes it can leave a crease. But that's with a lot of pressure. Sublimation, I've seen folks multi-press with sublimation and it doesn't cause too big of a problem. But you do definitely have to make sure you overlap to make sure that you don't have white, lighter printed areas. But no, it's not bad to overlap. Just try not to do like extra pressure to keep from putting that crease in there. Mrs. Lisa Lee, hello from California. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you being here. Tiffany Brown out here with the team playing spirit. You can order the 7720 from Office Depot on back order. I ordered one before I got the Sawgrass 500 and it showed up 3 weeks ago after I got the Sawgrass. I am keeping it. So Office Depot obviously is out here still doing stuff with it. Candy A, no kidding. The Echo Tanks are even so hard to find. I was on the hunt for 4 weeks. I had to get one right from Epson. I think the Echo Tank 15,000 is the largest one. Ray Williams says the Epson 7720 at Target for $250. Is that on? That's probably online only. But check it out if you're interested in the 77. Teresa Spencer from Las Vegas, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And Shayna and Candy A, I'm trying to tell you, if you're into embroidery at all, A lot of us are in a lot of the same groups. You'll find that a lot. I just had that conversation with somebody the other day. Hey, Sterling Style, how are you, my dear? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. She has a Melco as well. I think we got two now, right? I think. But the Melco is awesome sauce. And get your work on too. Because she does excellent selling her embroidery work as well. There's a lot of y'all that make good money doing embroidery. So yes. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. Um, let's see, let's see, let's see. Gail McNair, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And you're welcome, Jennifer Jones. You're welcome. You're welcome. Leela Nelson says sublimation. Okay, yeah, sublimation is not as sublimation is more forgiving than vinyl when it comes to overlapping with your heat press. So I would say test it out first. Definitely do a test first. And then that'll show you and you know how it's going to turn out for you. But a lot of people have to do multi presses because they, especially for those all over t-shirts, they love doing those. And you have to multi press even with a heat press because who has a t-shirt size press? I mean, like really, that press is in the thousands to get a heat press that big. So a lot of us have to multi press for that. Now, really quick, I want to. Gail says, "Love your sewing area with the kitchen right there. It's awesome. It's not good for the waistline, but it's awesome. This is actually a sunroom, so it's right off the kitchen, and then I can go right there to the back door um outside. So yeah, it's actually very nice in comparison to what I had before. I love what I had before, but I love this too. What I had before was a detached garage. So in order for me to go out into my sewing studio there, I had to like go outside and walk through the rain or the mud, either one, whichever one it was, or through the dogs and go to my studio. So now it's all everything's in the house, so I love it. Sterling style, yes, two Melco. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Harmony Ling, I think it's better to learn how to maintenance and repair your own machine. You really start to become confident when you take it apart on your own and learn how it works so you can fix things. But not everybody is handy. That's the downside. I love working on things, so it doesn't bother me at all. I have a local lady with a brother PR 600 and she wants 6,000. I felt that was a lot of money for a six needle that doesn't have USB. I agree. The PR 600 is an older model that's older than this one. So I mean, she's trying to get as much as she can, and she knows what the market is doing to embroidery machines right now. So I'm not totally, mad at her for trying, but just give it some time, and you might see that price come down in a little bit. Tiffany, I just bought a used Cameo 3 to help with sublimation on glitter. I can't get the thing to cut right. It's cutting off the mat. So there is a way to recalibrate your Cameo, and what I'm going to suggest to you is go on to YouTube and do a search for calibrating your Cameo, recalibrating your Cameo. And the reason why I say YouTube is because I have a Cameo 4. I've never owned the Cameo 3. And I think I've used that Cameo twice. So I'm not that I don't have that much knowledge with using the Cameo. So I don't know, but I do know all of the cutting machines can be calibrated, even the Cricut. Scooby Doo, if you get an industrial embroidery machine, you can ask if they have a technician in your region. I have a technician that comes to my home. And if you're in this region, I know a technician as well. So you can just ask. Hello, let's see. Cool, cool. I was just thinking what a beautiful kitchen. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. This whole house was a blessing. It really was. It was unexpected. Candy A says, Eve, how do you keep up? I'm embroidering. I'm cutting vinyl with my scan and cut. I'm sublimating and I paint primitive items. Yes, I do. But how do you choose which to use? Make sense? Yes. So, with it depends on the project, and I have to think it through, and especially when it comes to like t-shirts, for instance. Just a for instance. I had a customer who wanted, well, I have a customer who wants several different designs on several different t-shirts. And my first question to her is, first of all, what color t-shirts do you want? That helps me decide which would probably be the better option, because if they're black t-shirts, then obviously I can't sublimate on them as easily. So that may disqualify sublimation, but it doesn't disqualify it right away. Um, so then I'm like, okay, let me see the designs. If the designs have multi layers of color, then that pretty much for me tells me I don't want to do vinyl, because more than three, four colors, I'm just like not feeling it. That's me personally. So I would lean more towards sublimation. Well, you can't sublimate on black, so that means for the black shirts, I would have to do print and cut or sublimate and cut, and then do sublimation on the other shirts. And I need to confirm that with my customer to make sure she's okay with having uh where she can feel the design on some shirts, but on the white shirt she can't feel the design, so it'll be different. So that's, then you have some customers that's like, well, I don't want sublimation or vinyl, I want embroidery. A lot of it depends on what the customer wants. But if it comes down to what I want to do and it's something for me, I just kind of go with what I'm feeling at the time. Usually my go-to is sublimation because it's so easy to do. So easy to do. I just print it out, press it, and go on about my business. Um, but embroidery is my first love. So certain things like in our captain's craft along that we had before the live tonight, we were discussing, I was showing them the image of where I embroidered on my daughter's jean jacket. And that's something that I just fell in love with because it turned out so nice. It was just so pretty. If I can pull it up, I'll show you how that turned out. There it is. Here is her jean jacket and what we did with it. And I love how this, as a matter of fact, we were walking through Target and I saw the jacket like before we even got to it. And I was like, oh my God, that would be gorgeous to embroider on, mainly because this wide open back right here with no seam in the middle just made it perfect. It was screaming for embroidery. And because it had that little fur collar, it was so totally adorable. I was like, oh my God, I have to embroider on that jacket. So she bought the jacket and I asked her what she wanted on it. I thought something floral would be cute, and she agreed, and she picked out this design. So a lot of it too depends on what it is I see, what I'm doing at the time. I mean, there's a lot of factors that help me decide which route to take, before, because bling might have been cute on that too, but in my opinion bling looks better on darker fabrics. So embroidery, I wouldn't have done vinyl on a jean jacket. It's just I'm not a fan of vinyl on heavy dense materials like that, like jeans and stuff. Embroidery looks best on denim and whatnot, but at any rate, it just depends. It depends on how I feel, what I have available at the time, the whole nine. Those are the things that factor what I do. Harmony says, my ideal space is a sunroom. I get to press a little. Yes, I get to press a lot. So that's why we decided definitely that the sunroom was going to be my go-to space for my studio, because I can let all the shades up and let the summer sun in, and get as much sunlight as possible, because I do love the light. But it was a blessing. It really was. Linda Owen says, I'm looking to get the red line 12 needle. Holler. Let's see. Let's see. Today has been fun. I'll get to my orders in the morning. I know that's right, Monique. Thank you, Walk by Faith. I appreciate that with the jacket. Iris Diaz, have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Monique, thank you. I appreciate you telling me that about the jacket as well. Um, depending upon all you do, a few t-shirts, I use sublimation or vinyl. Large orders, I screen print. I don't screen print, so that's not an option for me. If there are pictures, I recommend sublimation. That's a good point as well. Definitely, that's a good point. You're welcome, Candy A. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Gorgeous Rose. Gorgeous Rose. It was a gorgeous rose on that jacket, so it just went well with you. What is your favorite multi-needle for hats? Jennifer Jones Tyndall asked. Red line. Red line. I don't even have to blink to answer that question because, first of all, the 6 needle and well, not so much the 10 needle, but the 6 needle is limited. First of all, you can only embroider like this much on the hat. Red line, you can do much wider. Red line, the actual machine itself is built to accommodate ball caps of all types, whereas the brother, you can only do really soft hats, and the brim presses up against it's not made, the brim presses up against the back side of the embroidery head, so it bows the hat. I don't know how to explain it. It is not a hat friendly embroidery machine. It just isn't. You can. It takes some finagling, and you gotta hold your mouth right. But whereas that one, I just throw the hat on and I go on about my business. Another really good point, dad caps. Yes, dad caps are about the only thing that really works on that machine. Good night, Shirley Stewart. Thank you for joining me for the captain's craft along earlier. I appreciate it. So that does make for a long night. But the other thing I like about Redline and the industrial machines, they come with 2 sets of hoops. So while one hat is stitching out, I'm already hooping the next hat and have it waiting for when that first hat finishes. So as soon as it's done, I snatch it off, put the next hat on, and go on about my business. You don't get double hoops with the brother equipment. So that makes a difference too. And Shirley, I hope you feel better, my dear. I did a rainbow chameleon rhinestones on a white shirt, and it surprisingly came out beautiful. Certain things on white does turn out absolutely gorgeous. My favorite, especially for crystal, is black. Oh, red. Oh, red really looks good with the crystals too. Okay. Hey, Shamira Customs, how are you? Welcome. And Marissa Dandridge, hello, welcome to you as well. I want to show you guys this hooping station. And the reason why I want to show the hooping station, actually there are several reasons. Number one, it was sent to us so that I could show it to you by John Deere. We had him on a couple of weeks ago, and he was showing us how to digitize, which was a lot of fun. So he thought this would be something really awesome sauce to share with you all. And after getting it here and looking, at it, I wholeheartedly agree. All right, so I'm trying to get this set up so that you can see it in its full glory as much as possible without having too much junk in the background. Nope, wrong way. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. There we go. All right, now I need to focus. So here we have a hooping station. Let me get you switched over. This is the Echidna hooping station. Okay. Now, if you've been on my channel before, any other time, you've seen I've shown the Mighty Hoops hooping station. And don't get it twisted, the Mighty Hoops hooping station is an amazing station. It is made for the Mighty Hoops magnet hoops perfectly. It works perfectly with it. Bestest thing ever. However, the Mighty Hoops are made for the multi-needle machines. So what about the 4x4 folks? What about the 5x7 folks? What about the 6x10 folks? What do we have to hoop with? Well, here is a hooping station. What is a hooping station? A hooping station is made to make it easier for you to hoop your projects, okay? In most instances, something like this size is perfect for t-shirts, hooping shirts. And if I can find a shirt here shortly, I'll show you how that works. But for right now, I want to show you the hooping station. Okay. So the hooping station, first off, this surface here is non-slip. So here's my bell that, as you see, slides easily across just the flat surface of my desk. Quit blurring thing. Sorry about this. Sometimes my thing blurs and I don't know why. Come on. Act like you got some sense. There we go. You can do it. Okay. So as you see, the bell slides easily on the surface of my desk. Whereas if I put the bell here, it's not going anywhere. It slides just a little bitty bit, but that's almost vertical, right? So with it just sitting here, it doesn't slide. So what does that mean for you? Well, whenever we're going to hoop our projects, like with the 4x4, and you're trying to hoop this, and it's something difficult that you're trying to hoop, your hoop can be sliding all over the place. Whereas with this, you set that down, it has this really nice grip to keep it from sliding all over the place. Okay, so it makes it easier for you to hoop your projects without having to fight the surface area of your hooping area of your station or your table or whatever it is that you're hooping on, right? So let's go ahead and we can go ahead and put our stabilizer in. We can put all the pressure we want on it and it's not sliding all over Kingdom Come. Here we've hooped our project. So if you're having issues with hooping, this can help. The other benefit to using a hooping station is if you have a project, like for instance, you have 6 polo shirts that you need to hoop. They're all size medium polo shirts for this guy. He needs them for his job. And it's a left chest logo, right? So you can set it and once your shirt is on here and you've determined this is the left chest and this is the best place to hoop it with, you can take the magnets that come with this hooping station. These are really strong magnets and you can place them as such on your hooping station. And what this does is this helps keep your hoop in place while you're trying to hoop. First off, you definitely don't have to worry about it wiggling around then. You hoop your shirt, right? Your magnets are still in place. Take this off. Go do the embroidery. Put the next shirt on. And when you come back with the next shirt, you just set this right back into place where it was before. And you know the embroidery is going to be in the exact same place. It's quite helpful. All right. So the other cool thing now, yes, this does have a price tag to it. You have to understand this is quite heavy duty. Also, you're not just getting one hooping station when you purchase, like this is the adult size. You're not just getting one hooping station when you purchase the adult size. You're also getting 2 hooping stations when you purchase the adult size. You flip it over. Here is the side for children's shirts. So I saw in the chat that a lot of you folks are hooping. You're doing children's embroidery and selling children's shirts. Well, here you go. This helps you line up your shirts. Say your kids, you do a lot of the 1-year-old, I'm one, or princess or something like that, and it's always center. Well, you line up your hoop. Now, like I said, this is a 4x4 embroidery machine size hoop. And you see, I'm able to use these magnets to custom fit the 4x4 hoop. So let's grab a 5x7. Here is a 5x7 hoop, and this is for the multi-needle machine. So here now I have the 5x7, same thing. This is where on the children's shirt, right there is where the embroidery is going to go. So I would lay these pegs in such a way so as I know this is where I need my hoop to be when I come back to hoop the next shirt. Boom, hoop what I got to do. put it on here, it's not going anywhere. All right. So this is an awesome piece of equipment that could prove to be helpful, especially if you're doing multi hoopings of the same thing. If you do a lot of kids' shirts, this could be really helpful to you. Even if you have a single needle, this does not have to be just for the Mighty Hoops, okay? Because Mighty Hoops have their own station that works with their hoops. So what if you only do baby clothes, or you only have the 4x4 and you don't really do large shirts? This is just too much. This is too big. This isn't what I want. Well, they have a smaller station. Of course, not quite as pricey as the larger adult station. So this one is a lot less. And we'll pull up the web page so that you can see how much it is and all that jazz. But this is the smaller one. So this one is perfect for onesies or toddler shirts. This is perfect for even if you're just hooping 4x4 stuff. It could be a towel. It can be anything smaller that you would hoop with this 4x4. And just like with the larger station, you're not getting just one size. You're also getting a smaller size as well. And this is the size for sleeves, for pants legs, any number of things that you can do with this smaller size. Same slip resistant grip on all four products. Okay, so again, I just wanted to show this to you because John Deere was so totally awesome to send this for us to show how it works. The magnets come with all four. I mean, with both options, the magnets work on all sides of it. It's easy to put together, and it's even easier to take it apart. Even though I was struggling a little bit, but I realize now why I was struggling. But yes, you can put these together and take them apart. Now, once they're put together, it's pretty much together. Like you can't ratchet it down and lift it back up, to sandwich them, but they stay just like this. Okay. So yes, this is an option. And they do look like sorry game pieces. That is hilarious. So what I'm going to do is go to the website. It is on John Deere's website. These are, and show you what you're looking at. No, that's not what I'm going to. I'm going to this one. Sorry, I was trying to remember the web address. And we have. Oh, I gotta switch you over because right now you're looking at me. So let's go here and here. We're looking at the Echidna Hooping Station now, and this is found at Digitizing Made Easy. And I'll put that in the description as well as in the chat here in a moment. But as you see, it has a non-slip surface. Here's your magnets. The magnets are very strong. I've pinched my fingers numerous times, so please be careful with the magnets. Don't leave them around little children or dogs. These are very, very strong magnets and will cause issues if swallowed, so you will have to be careful with that. They are double-sided, just like I showed you. It is super strong, and it makes it easy to hoop your heavier items like your towels, or the little smaller size can easily hoop the embroidery buddies as well. So they're right here, as I mentioned, in two sizes. They are pricey, but in comparison to other hooping stations, they are not. You can get both for $549, or you can get small one for $200, or just the larger one for $350. Okay, so, or look, $427 ends. Oh, that says March 1st. So, woo, he had a really good sale on that just recently. So definitely check that out. Or he may have another sale coming up. But this is definitely something that you want to look into. If you're having issues hooping, this could be quite helpful to you. Okay, so I'm going to link this in the chat. so that you can see it and be able to find it and look into it for later. But yes, they are considered pricey, but when you are investing in a business, that's why I mentioned if you're doing multiples of shirts, like back to back to back, and you know that all of these shirts, for the most part, are going to be in the same area, it's worth it. A hooping station is very much worth it, and it does make the job a lot easier. You don't have to worry about trying to find, the place every single time because of the shape of the board. It's shaped like a shirt. So you just slide the shirt on, you know where it goes, and you take it off and go about your business. That's why I just definitely love a hooping station. She said it can hold my drink too. Yes, ma'am. It sure can. The other hooping station for the 10 needle is I use the Mighty Hoop station, but that is generally made for the Mighty hoops, and they're magnetic hoops. And their station is made definitely to complement their hoops. That's what it's for. So yes, I definitely wanted to show that. Andrea says, wow, this is cool. Thank you for letting us show that to you. It is 10:21 and it just hit me. I told someone to remind me of something that they said, and I'm trying to remember who it was. There was something I wanted to touch on. I think it had something to do with being frugal because Marge Campbell says, Iris Diaz said something about, um, and then Marge reminded her about being frugal. Iris, yeah, Iris, what was your question earlier? I can't scroll back that far to find it, unfortunately. So we need a coupon code. I'll pass that message along. Marissa, what I'm going to ask you to do is keep an eye out on the Facebook group this week and see if he provides us with the coupon code. That would be a John Deere request. Definitely. Definitely, definitely. Um, Iris Diaz, if you remember, please remind me of what your question was because it was definitely something I wanted to touch on, and I apologize for not remembering. But my whenever it does the chat, it only will let me go back so far. Did get them no tax or shipping, Olivia says. So you were able to get them. If you did, when did you get them? Was it recently? I would like to know. Because if it was recently, then we need to ring the bell for you. Oh man. Candy, Felicia says we're telling our age to remember the Sorry game. That Sorry game's still out, ma'am. So I don't know. I know I'm 45 and I played the heck out of some Sorry, man. I was good at Sorry. That and Trouble, I love both of them. But we were a game playing family, so there's no surprise there. But thank you all for letting me show you the hooping station. I thought that it was totally awesome because it does give an option to the rest of folks who have these single needle machines and they need a sturdy non-slip surface to be able to hoop their projects and be able to get things done. Simone says yes. Good night, Angelia. You have a good night as well. Is that the same guy from the software? Yes, it is. From Willcom Hatch. Yes. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's um answered the question then because it's a huge difference in the price of the other. I can't remember right off. Hold on, because the other was pretty pricey. But the reason why was because it's specific to it's specific. So the other is 541, but it's for the kit. It's 541 for the kit, but it's made for that magnetic hoop set. And you can't use the magnetic hoop with a single needle machine. Whereas with this one, it's for any machine, but it's not. It's made for any machine. Can you show how with a towel? Yes, tell John we definitely need a coupon code because there's a lot of us that don't buy it. Laughing out loud. I will let him know. Last week, last day of the sale. Well, congratulations, Olivia, on your hoodie station. Yes, congratulations, ma'am. Hope you're enjoying it. Can you show how with a towel? Okay. Do I have a towel? I have a small towel. Will a hand towel work? It's not as thick or as big as a regular towel, but it. Hold on. What did I do with that towel? I have a towel in here somewhere because I need to embroider a towel for someone, and I don't know where that towel is. If I knew where that towel was, I would show you. Because that's a big, thick towel too, buddy. But I have a hand towel. I am so happy I finally caught a live. Yas, Tiffany, yas. Thank you for joining us. Good night, everyone. Practicing on using my thread stand attachment for my NQ1600E late night embroidery. Will you have fun, Miss Pressure? And be safe. Tiffany says, I'm sure that magnetic station will be good. I have a Janome MC500E. Yes, it will work with that as well. It sure will. It sure will. Miss Patty, have a good night, my dear. Laura said I would love a coupon. I'll let them know. I definitely will. Matter of fact, I'll send an email as we speak and say, hey, I have a room full of folk that are interested in a coupon code and see what he says. I think it was, yes. Let's see. They want a coupon. All right. So I'll let y'all know what he says. Tell him nothing under 30%. Or the special he had. Okay, I'll let him know. Good night, all lost in time, new baby. Oh no, woo, my scanning cut is fine. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying you had a new baby. I was like, oh, I'm gonna pray for you, girl. Well, congratulations on your new scanning cut. Oh, yes. Holler. Sylvia Vane says it's on sale. No, it says that the sale ended on March 1st. Now you can put it in the shopping cart and see. Let's see. Place my order. Ooh. When you put it in a shopping cart, it's still on sale for $4.99. Oh, that's $4.99 though, but not $4.27 combo sale. And that's $4.90. Let's see, what was that? $4.99 for both hooping stations combo. Best deal, bundle and save. $4.99 for both. So right now it saves you $50 if you buy both without any other coupon. So it is still on sale. It's just not as awesome of a sale as it was the 1st of March. So we'll see. I forgot to let you know I purchased a mini press. Ooh, is it a Cricut mini press? Congratulations! Woo! Yes! Holler! I like the mini press. The mini presses are fun. I absolutely love them. I did several shirts for the kids, and it worked out really grandkids. It worked out really nice. So it is 10:30. Let me know if you have any other questions in regards to embroidery, in regards to hooping. Oh, I asked if hooping a little hand towel would work. If so, I can show you the hoop a hand towel. We want the awesome sale, Marissa says. I'll let them know. I'll let him know. I'll let him know. Now, keep in mind, if he offers a coupon code, it may not work with the current sale. So it may take it back up to $5.49 and then drop it down to whatever it's going to be if he gives one. I don't know. So, y'all drive a hard bargain. But let me know. Linda Hargis. Hello, my dear. How are you? Welcome. Question: what causes the embroidery design to have a bunch of stops and cuts? I use Embrilliance, and when I transfer my design to my multi-needle machine, it acts weird. Please show a hand towel, Latoya says. Okay. But Simone Langley, when you organize your threads, did you have thread pegs in the drawers? I didn't have my thread in drawers. My threads were on a pegboard. Right now, though, after we hoop a towel, I'll show you my current thread situation. But stops and cuts in digitizing. I am not a user of Embrilliance, so I'm not sure how that translates from Embrilliance to. Oh my god, that was rude. I apologize. How that translates from Embrilliance to the multi-needle machine, because with Wilcom Hatch, when I do from Hatch to the multi-needle, I don't have a bunch of stops and stuff. But if you are programming in, okay, there's a number of things that could be the issue. Number one, if your machine is set to cut jump stitches that are smaller than a certain size, it will automatically trim and cut those on the multi-needle machine without you changing. You could have it programmed in Embroiderers to keep stitching no matter what, jumps and all. But if your machine is set to cut jump stitches larger rather than a certain size, then it's going to automatically cut them every time. So check your machine's settings, right? Aside from that, it would be program how it's digitized. But if you are comfortable in knowing that you digitized it, what's the word? Not cohesive, but in order, a specific order where it's not digitized. I mean, it's not stitching here, then stitching there, and then stitching here, because sometimes it can, the way you have it digitized, because it's such a big jump from here to there, it's not going to just do a jump that big. It's going to tie off here and then go to the next one, stitch, and then tie off, and then go to the next one. Okay, so like in Wilcom, I can tell it to do a tie off at the end of something before going to the next. But I don't know. I can't answer that question. I can't answer that because it could be the machine or it could be in Brilliance and how you have it digitized. Then I don't know in Brilliance enough to say, have you thought about changing this setting in Brilliance? You see what I'm saying? So unfortunately, with Brilliance, I don't know. But with your machine, it can be programmed to cut any jump stitch that's larger than a certain size. Do you have an Amazon link to a good price on sublimation? Sure do. Trying to figure how much it would cost to start sublimating. Linda, it seems like it hangs up. It's the only way to explain it, and it's not consistent. What multi-needle? What do I use to clean my mat for the scan and cut? Try a baby wipe. Most people use baby wipes to clean their mats. You are human. Yawning is natural. No, Maria, yawning is when your parents call you, who have been doing very well actually, and they've been walking every day for their health, which is totally awesome. I'm all for it and I love it. And they found a really nice walking trail that runs along the Catawba River, which is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful, a beautiful view and everything. And they call and say, "Hey, let's go on a walk. You want to walk with us along the river?" I'm not going to tell my parents no. Sure, I would love to come walk because I do like to walk. I like, and then being outside, I love to be outside. So I decided to go on the walk. And unfortunately, I neglected to ask, how long is the walk? I know now to ask that question, but I didn't ask that question to begin with. And I should have, but I didn't. So when I get on the walk and they're like, I'm walking, like we started walking the trail, and then, oh, by the way, this trail is a mile and a quarter ish long. Oh, so the walk there and back a mile and a quarter? No, mile and a quarter ish that way, a mile and a quarter ish something else back. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. That was at 2 something today. So I'm tired. So if I yawn, I apologize. I try real hard not to. I've been fighting it. Oh man. Like I was fighting it just then. Y'all know if you see me making a weird face, I'm fighting a yawn. I'm tired. So needless to say, after that walk today, I should be considered skinny right now. If I'm not considered skinny, I'm offended because that was 2.5-ish miles, and I'm just like I wasn't expecting it. But anyway, so yeah, that's why I was yawning. Um, let's see. Someone asked, who put a towel? So let me grab this towel, hand towel that I have right here off camera, and I might drop that like I knew I would. The dog food bowl that my husband ran over. I would show that because it's really funny because it's like completely flat, but I'm not gonna do that to him. We'll just tell you about it. So let us choose. I'm gonna choose this larger one. Oh, this thing is heavy though. Oh my god, the hooping station is very heavy. It will not go anywhere if you decide to get one and use it. It will not. I promise you. Um, this one. Let me set this. Whoops. Put this up on camera. Get the camera right. Yas. All right. So I am going to be hooping this sideways. You know, because normally you hoop right here facing you, and here is a hand towel. So say for instance I'm doing 2 hand towels, and I know both of these are the exact same towel, exact same brand, everything, right? So if I had 6 more towels to do right now, I definitely have 2. This is how I would use this hooping station to benefit me in a production type of environment. So you have 6 towels, 6, 7, 8, so round it up. We'll have 10 towels to do. They're all the exact same towel. They're all going to be embroidered the exact same location. So first off, I'm going to note where the tag is, because to me, the tag is at the bottom of the towel. So if I do embroidery and they want it at the bottom, this is where I'm going to be embroidering on this end. If they want the embroidery at the top, this is where I'm going to be putting it, right? Okay, so I am going to find the middle of this towel, and I'm going to put the embroidery right smack dab in the middle, only for the sake of this demonstration, because usually the embroidery is at one end or the other end, but I'm going to choose the smack dab middle. So what I do is, notice on this, I don't know how well you can see it. I'm trying to turn the thing so that you can see it. But there's a groove here, as you see. All right. So what I'm going to do is take the top of this towel and I'm going to line it up right at that groove. Okay. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. As close as I can, lay it on there. And what I'm going to do is fold this towel up to find the center of the towel, which right now is telling me right here. Okay. So here is my 5x7. And I'm going to line this up with the middle of my 5x7. Okay. So that's how, well, let me flip it so that this will be down. The do flotchy right here will be down. So here's the middle of my hoop. So now that I have the middle, I'm going to take these pegs and I'm going to mark, whoops, where this middle is on this thingy, on the hooping station. So that when I come back and hoop this towel, the next towel, I already know exactly where my hoop is going to go. And I know for a fact it's going to hoop the exact same way every single time. So now that this is here, I can even take this off, lay my hoop in place. I think it was crooked, so let's twist it a little bit. And then here's the bottom. Tag is on the back side. Line it up with the top of the hooping station. I'm going to try and make sure it's centered, have even exposure on both sides. I didn't put my stabilizer on here, so let me grab that. Which this is not going to be right because as you see, I have stabilizer for a 4x4 hoop, but just for the sake of showing how this works, pretend like this is the right size stabilizer. We're going to hoop that. Actually, with a towel, it would be cut away anyways. I mean, tear away for me. There we go. And then here's the inside. And I probably didn't stretch this wide enough to accommodate a towel. So, nope, I'm struggling to put this in. So that's telling me it's not wide enough. So let's widen. I'm going to take that off because we're pretending. Let's see. I need to make sure this is, there we go. Make sure it's wide enough for a towel. All right. Now, lay this over. Make sure it's lined up at the top. So now when I come back through and I hoop my next towel next time, I don't have to worry about changing the spring. There we go. Come on, puppy. And there's a towel hoop. Boom, done. So this one is embroidering. Oh, super cute. It's already embroidered. All right, so now we take this out and move on to the next one. I don't have to measure anything. I don't have to do anything. I grab my next towel, make sure my tag is down, face down, bring this up, bring it up to the top, hoop my next towel. Boom, I'm ready to hoop again. Hoop it, and then go on about my business. And I need to loosen the spring because that was not loose enough. Because as you see, the heifer is struggling to get this thing hoop. But pretty much that's how it goes. That's how you use a hooping station. Yeah, this is not loose enough. Oh my God. Y'all, I was killing myself. Ouch. What? This thing ain't loosening up. Alright, so anyways, I gotta play with that. But that's how you use a hooping station. And that's pretty much how that goes. That's how you hoop. A towel, you can use the hooping station itself to line up what you're doing and make sure that everything that you do coming after that is lined up the exact same way. So in this instance, we had it hooped in the middle. If it was going to be hooped at the bottom, you just move the hoop down to the bottom where it's going to be, and you can put your magnets down there to hold the hoop. Or you may have to line the towel up with the line at the bottom of the hooping station, not the one at the top. You see what I'm saying? So you want to use the different features of the hooping station itself to help you find your center marks or help you find your consistency to make sure that everything you hoop, which is if it's the same item, that it's going to hoop and be the exact same way. So what I also would suggest is, like, for instance, this is a regular customer. All right, he comes and he gets his bowling towels embroidered for the bowling team once every 2 months. Well, you write down the name of his design, the color of your threads that you're going to use with the thread number so that you'll know what thread you need to reorder when you run out. And you're going to put his towel is hooped at the bottom, and I line the bottom up along with the bottom of the hooping station and do the hoop 3 inches from the bottom so that you know where to put the hoop on the hooping station, and you know every single time you pull his card where his embroidery is going to go and how to achieve consistency when it's time to embroider his job. So that's how you do your multi hoops and getting your things, your processes in place to make sure that whenever you do jobs for your customers, they're always consistent and they don't have to worry about, oh my God, last time she did the job, it was over on this side. Now she putting it on that side. No, I wrote down your notes of what I did the last time so that I know that I'm doing everything the exact same way. So that is what I would suggest for the hooping stations. Do flychy, yeah, I'm bad about saying do flychy. I forget the names and stuff. Um, Ink X Pro, yes, is a good one as well. I use them as well. But we also had Haipu were really nice and referring folks to get there. This is some good ink. Haipu was really kind and sent us ink to try, and we did it in the live a little while ago. Yes, Melody, you will love Sublimation. It is totally awesome. This is off topic, but how do you keep the dust down from the machine? Honestly, you really can't because it's textile. Textile meaning any sewing, any embroidery shop, sewing shop, thread shop you go to, fabric stores, there's going to be dust because it's fibers are embedded in this fabric, and as you work with the fabric and manipulate the fabric, there's going to be fibers that's going to come off, and it's going to help cause the dust. Now, if you're talking about keeping it off of the machine itself while like it's just sitting there, yes, you can get grill covers. Sometimes some grill covers will fit it. Motor boat, like a boat that goes in the ocean with the motor to it. I guess a motorboat. They have a cover that fits that motorboat that fits the 6 needle machine perfectly. I've seen somebody say. So there's several things you can use, or a shower curtain you can use to make that work. Let us see. Oh, Scooby Doo plastic tablecloths. Yep, that works too. Maria says, blessed to be close to your parents and spend time with them. Yes, that's true because they are. You gotta be kidding. Somebody, I'm making y'all yawn. I'm sorry. Yes, it is a blessing to be able to still hang with them and walk with them. Cover my machine with a 4-foot tablecloth that I bought and put elastic around it. Awesome. Good to know that parents never stop setting their children up for all sorts of shenanigans. You was right about that because I did not see a mile, 2 miles coming at all today. That was not in the plans. But Heifer gonna sleep real good tonight. I will say that, and I'm looking forward to it because the menopause is kicking my butt, y'all. Whoa, be up all hours. I can't deal. I made my covers and embroidered the name of the machine on the cover. Ooh, super cute. Share pictures of that in the hoop group, please. I would love to see that. April Hall says, okay, that's great. I do a lot of towels. Yes. Those magnets are moving. No. Yeah, these some strong magnets now. I told you I pinch fingers with them and they are not fun. Abraham now can purchase the Sawgrass 1000. Yes. Latanya says, I love the human aspect of this group. That's something that we definitely endorse and enforce. Now, as I had to mention yesterday to somebody, I'm only human and I have 3 moderators. They're only human. even here on YouTube, we've had instances where folks come in and they troll and say ugly things. Just come in. They're not a part of the group. They just come in and they want to troll because they see I'm live. And it's going to happen. You can't stop and prevent everything. So there will be instances in the group where somebody may come off unkind or say something not thinking or whatever the case may be. I don't tolerate that, but it does happen. And if it does, I like to give folks chances and look at the whole situation. But we're a no drama group. We love what we do. We all make mistakes. We all started somewhere. And my thing is, I remember when I started out and there wasn't very much help, and I refused to let that be the case for somebody else. So I'm here to help. We're all here to help. And that's the one thing I do love about this group because we all tend to embrace because we share a lot of the same goals and a lot of the same interests. And so that connects us, which I really appreciate because unfortunately, outside of this embraced hug, it's disconnected so many other places. And it just makes me sad because it doesn't have to be this way. But in our group, we're family, and that's what I appreciate. And so thank you for joining our family and being a part and hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. And the Rooks family, you have a good night. Melody says I'll post on Facebook and I can get suggestions for all I need. That is true. I know absolutely nothing about embroidery, but I do enjoy listening to you talk about it. Embroidery is totally awesome. But I can understand sticking to the things that you do know because there's a lot out there, like vinyl, for instance. Vinyl is a whole beast by itself. Kathy says, waiting on my magnetic hoop and my cup cap frame and my 14 by 14 hoop. Woo, that's a lot of hoop space, girl. A lot of hoop space. Harmony says, I'm pretty good at trolling the trolls. I try to behave though. I mean, I had like one guy come in here or somebody, I don't know if it was a guy or not, was like, why are you fat? And I'm like, well, yeah, I like to eat, duh. It's, it takes a lot to offend me. And I refuse to be easy. Well, it depends. I don't like rude at all. So when I'm out and about and I'm like being nice, hi, how are you? That's Southern. We're Southern people. And if I speak and you walk past me and ignore me, that's gonna make me mad. But I'm learning to accept that as that's how some people are. And the person could have been distracted. They could have been in deep thought about something, or they could be from up north, where from what I understand in New York area further up north, they're not as open as we are down here as far as greeting people that you don't know, Southern charm. So I'm having to learn that. But aside from that, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to offend me because I'm like, I mean, everyone has a right to their opinion. Everyone does. And your opinion, in my eyes, may stink, but to someone else, it may smell great. So we were born with the right to have an opinion and the ability to have an opinion. So I have to let you have your opinion. But I can restrict the opinions in the group because some opinions don't belong. Some opinions don't belong. In the group, we don't need to talk political. There's nothing political, even political embroidery designs. Okay, that's your thing. You leave that over there. We can talk about embroidering anything else, but the political stuff we leave out because why cause a conflict? Why cause a problem? There's no need for that. And I definitely wholeheartedly appreciate our group because they help me make sure that we don't do that. And I am very grateful. I'm very grateful. So I appreciate it. That's horrible. I was drawn to you by your friendly personality. I only avoid your sublimation videos because I don't want to get sucked into another crash. I get fussed at by so many husbands. It's not even funny. And they don't fuss at me. They fuss to me through the TV, and the wife tell me, and it's hilarious. I love it. That's let's see. The thing I love about this group is that it's not just about the multi-needle machine. You enlighten us and have a flatbed. Yes. I mean, that's where I started. April 4x4 was it. That's what I had. And I was determined to make it work. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad because at one point I was in tears and was going to give up because nobody would help me and nobody would help me understand. So it took pieces of this video, pieces of that video, pieces of that video, and a whole lot of mistakes in order to put it all together to learn how to do embroidery. And when I learned, okay, you know what? I don't want anybody else to go through this. This is how you do that. This is how that works. And so because the 4x4 is where I started, I refuse to ignore that aspect of it because I know realistically the majority of folks can only afford the flatbed machines. It's realistic. It's heck, I couldn't afford the machines. The 6 needle was a gift. So I couldn't have afforded them at that time. So this is why I stick with the flatbed. This is why I teach the flatbed. I teach them all, but I teach the flatbed as well. So yes, 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 yes. I appreciate y'all. This was an awesome night. I want to make sure I'm not missing. She said you have joined the menopause group. I'm in good company. Well, I'm glad to hear that, PJ Coppers, because it ain't fun, especially at night when I'm hot. We don't even want to go there. The husband does not like it. 'Cause I be hot. I didn't know we could get that hot. I did not know. I did not know. I wish to God somebody had told me what that heat was gonna be like. I mean, it ain't like I can really do anything about it now that I think about it, but still, please, if you ain't hit menopause yet, this is so off topic. I don't care. Female women's that's in here. When it's time for menopause, your body, somewhere, some part of your body is gonna go through the darn heat thing, and you're gonna get hot, and it's gonna be the kind of hot that ain't nothing gonna be able to touch it, and you can't cool it off for whatever godforsaken reason. I don't know why, but you'll be able to cook a steak on whatever part of the body it is that heat up that hot. That's how hot it is. It's ridiculous. So you're welcome. I told you, even if nobody else did, you heard it from me because I don't want you to have to suffer with that alone and be surprised when it happens. So, anyways, just thought I'd pass that on. Sorry. Oh my God. Anyways, Jennifer found you looking for a new sewing machine. Hook me on this embroidery stuff. Yes. Us Northerners are greeters too. Oh, well, that's good. We have good manners. We just don't do too well with overt racism. I love the Southern groove. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Nobody really, well, shut up, Eve. Saving for my first multi-needle and that red line looks intimidating. It does. It does. It does. But once you learn it, you love it. Once you learn it, you love it. So don't let it intimidate you because at the end of the day, all of them do the same thing. All of them do the same thing. Some of them do it better than others, though. Some of them have industrial gives you a wider range of capabilities than the home embroidery machine does. The multi-needle is the 6 needle is a home embroidery machine, whereas the red line is an industrial machine. It is made for a business. If you're not trying to develop a hardcore business out of it and grow into a legit embroidery business, then you can stick with the home embroidery machine and it'll be just fine for you. But if you're really looking to like take orders, do orders like for instance, Miss American Eagle Embroidery and Graphics, she cranks out patches and I mean hundreds at a time, then the industrial machine equipment is what she needs. That little home equipment is not made to last like that. So you're talking about 12,000 stitches a minute versus like 900, I think. It's a big difference when you're doing embroidery and you're doing huge jobs like that. So it all depends on what you're trying to get out of it. Oh my gosh, it is after 11 o'clock. I did not know that. All right. Thank you, EJ's daughter. I appreciate that. She said, even my kneecaps sweat. Girl, please don't put that on my knees. Oh, child, my back is enough. Christina say sweaty pillow syndrome is the worst. It stick your head in the freezer hot. Yes, it is. I'm loving it. I'm so glad we all know what this is because it was thrown on me. I'm just like I cannot believe it. Daughter almost left home when I was going through it. Maybe that's why mine don't have me here. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Harmony Lean heat on me now. Okay, so no, when you're hot up here but cold down there, yeah, no. And I can't win. Sometimes it's just like whatever, feet sticking out, but the rest of me, no, back sticking out, but the rest of me is freezing and under the blankets. I can't, y'all. I can't. Girl facts, right? Right? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good night, all. Thank you for your learning. You're welcome, Shirley. What did she look Cushion Berry say? I had a hot flash while working in the ER, ran outside in the snow and had steam coming. I'm trying to tell you. But body betrays you in the worst way. I know that's right. Trying to tell you. Good night, Maria. Gail Moore, I do understand. Trying to tell you. Vicky Thomas, I just got the Slender 4 heat press and the 4x4 hat hoop. Well, congratulations to you and your new 4 Slender 4 heat press. Hello. Yes, yes. That's what's up. Congratulations. Let us know what you're working on. Post pictures. We would like to see it. Katrina say I cook eggs on my forehead. I'm trying to tell you. Speaking of games, I'm 51 and love Scooby Doo, hence my name. And that's fine. It's okay for us to love fun stuff. It sure is. Bella Ann true to the hot flashes. I know that's right. Maria says 43 and close to that heat. I just, it's not right. It's not right. It really ain't. Don't be intimidated by the learning curve, Harmony Ling says. I appreciate this. You have to learn and you're going to make mistakes. Be aware of that and allow yourself to make mistakes in the learning process. So, yes, don't allow the intimidation factor to scare you from something that could possibly be beneficial for you. Andrea says 52 and no flash. My mom 74 and nothing. Girl, y'all are the blessed ones. I'm trying to tell you. I was hoping I wouldn't, but here we are. My mommy does not go through it either. Thank you, mommy. Yeah, no, I wasn't given that option. Laverne Miller, good night to you as well, my dear. You gotta be kidding, says Monique Steele. If you're going multi-needle, you might as well go 15 needles. So creative says I couldn't explain it. Thank God my marriage survived menopause. I know that's right. Personal summers. You's right. Heat waves. Body feels like a radiator. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Your mommy is 85. Ooh, send mommy a virtual hug from us. We appreciate it. You know what? I'm sitting here saying all of this. Your hoop stays stationary, but how can you be sure the shirt will be in the same position each time? The same way I did with the towel. All right. So whenever you put the shirt on, you just have to make sure that you line it up the exact same way every single time. And I know we're going over a little bit. If you have to leave, that's cool. I am going to show this real quick with this shirt, for instance. If I can get the bag open. All right, so this is a size large shirt. Yeah, size large t-shirt. And let me roll this over so that you can see it better and it's not on my lap. Actually, we'll flip this over because it's a size large to the adult side. And let's flip you guys to, it's wrong way, to right here. So here is the size large thing, station, hooping station. Went drew blank, thinking about them hot flashes. And here's your shirt. So this is made to help you line up your shirt. Can you not, camera? Really? Can you? Thank you. Y'all, my camera is just so unfaithful. All right, so my label, put the shirt on, and notice there's my neckline, okay? So what I do, even with my other hooping station, I take these shoulder seams and I line them up with the edge of this, of the, how I can feel this lip. That's where I put my seam every single time. So I don't have to measure or whatever, it doesn't matter. Put the shirt on, it's right there. Matter of fact, with this hooping station, you actually can help yourself by, once you get your shirt and put in place, and to make sure it don't move, put a magnet to help keep it from moving out of place once you get those shoulder seams on that lip. Once you got your shirt hooped and it's done, you take it off. There you go, put it on the embroidery machine, and then before your that shirt is finished, bring your next one, put your next one on, and have it in place so that as soon as that first shirt is finished, all you got to do at this point is hoop the next one. It just took half a second to line up that shoulder seam to make sure that that shoulder seam is on that lip, and there you go. Your next shirt is ready and waiting on you. This is how we do when we're processing shirts, when we're processing hats. Everything is always done. You have to give yourself a point of reference to make sure that you have something to go off of in order to make sure that everything lines up the exact same way. Now with that one, they have the center marked. You might want to, take a Sharpie or something and mark the center of this one, in case you have issues finding the center, but I'm used to it, so it's easy to find the center for me. But in order to make sure that that shirt is in the same place, you put these shoulder seams and make sure that your neck line is in the center of that neck hole, and you should be good. So that's how that works. And boom. So I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. It was a lot of fun. It went off subject right here towards the end, but what is this channel for? We can't have impromptu conversations about anything that affects us, for the most part, that we can relate to and help each other with. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all had told me a good 5 years ago that I would have to deal with insane personal summers, I would have been terrified, but at least I would have been prepared. All right. So at any rate, thank y'all so much. I'm the Christina Gray who referred Thomas Stark's hat embroidery to you. Oh, cool beans. Okay, thank you. Because he was like, yeah, it's Christina. I was like, I don't know who that is. So yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I can't remember how that turned out, but I don't have an order from him. So either I referred him out for whatever reason, I can't remember why, or I'm waiting to get more information. So things are so like, whoa, around here with orders and stuff, it's hard to keep up sometimes. My mom and sister had it bad. I have a mild case now. My mom is 90 and always cold. Awesome sauce. I'm so glad she has such longevity, and that gives you plenty of time to learn all about all this wonderful stuff, and that's really cool. She said the cat's gonna cut you. Don't let the cats cut you, Andrea. Um, it's bad when you get your hair done and you hear someone say, "Bring in the fan." I know that's right. You helped me do his golf cart flags. I thank you. Oh, okay, cool. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's what's up. Yes, what's up. You guys, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. And I look forward to next week. Now, this week we talked about some of everything. So next week we'll probably have us a project to do. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And we'll have some fun. Next week after that, I don't think we'll have a show because it's a holiday, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't like to take up you guys. No, that's the 4th of April. So we got us a couple of projects we can do and have some fun. All right. So thank y'all for joining us. I enjoyed it. Thank you for your questions. Check out Digitizing Made Easy if you're interested in the hooping station. And until the next time we see you, we hope you have Happy embroidering, happy sublimating, happy vinyling, happy heat, hot flash having, all of that jazz. We just wanted to be join us in there on the Facebook group. Show us what you're working on. All right. So thanks. Y'all have a good night. Bye. I can't believe we was talking about heat, hot flashes. That's crazy. Bye, y'all.